Welcome to the Sam and Joe VA Show, where we teach women just like you how to create your very own in-demand virtual assistant business.
We're your hosts, Sam and Joe, and get ready to have the control, flexibility, and freedom you've always dreamed of.
Welcome to episode 31, 7 ways to create a standout portfolio.
We've got some really good ideas that we're going to share with you guys today. But before we do that, let's talk a little bit about when a VA should actually have a portfolio. Do all VAs need portfolios?
Yeah, we hear this question a lot where people who are general virtual assistants or providing EA services, they're like, do I need a portfolio? How am I going to showcase my work? But absolutely not. You don't need to have a portfolio unless you are providing some creative-based services. So this is the social media management. So you're managing social media accounts and, creating graphics or writing the content or whatever it is. Content writers, like wherever you copywriters, wherever you're writing content, absolutely you can have a portfolio. Anyone who's creating websites, doing web design or branding, creating logos, presentations. What have I missed?
Newsletters, I think. Yeah, if you're designing and doing all the copywriting and the whole thing, absolutely. That I would consider that to be a creative type of service, and absolutely you'd want something like that in your portfolio. So yeah, if you're a virtual assistant that doesn't offer creative services, then I would say there is a 99.9% chance that you do not need to be having a portfolio at all.
Yeah. The other one could be if you're a course creator for people. So you put their course together on something like Kajabi, and whatever part you play in that, you could definitely showcase in a portfolio. And we've got a very cool way right at the end that someone who isn't necessarily doing creative things, but like maybe some technical things or the course creation stuff, how you can do that in a really cool way. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. 7 ways to create a standout portfolio. Number 1, and this is a really obvious one, is sharing a portfolio or gallery of work on your website, if you have a website, of course. So we're talking like a gallery of images of work that you have carried out. It's the number one place. Why wouldn't you have a page or an area on your website showcasing the amazing work that you've done for your clients? Now, I think the key here, and probably the key with where any type of portfolio actually, is to only pick your best work. It's like a CV. If you've got a CV, if you've ever had a CV, potential people that are going to employ you, they don't want to see that you had a paper run job when you were 12 and then you had you worked at the corner dairy when you were 15 or 16 or something. They don't need to know that now you're in your 40s or 30s. So it's picking that kind of the most relevant, best work that showcases it. It's all about, in my mind, quality over quantity, 100%.
Absolutely. Yeah, don't feel like you have to have everything in there. Absolutely not. Showcasing your best work on a web page. So we have a web page for our website portfolio. We have one for graphic design. So yeah, whatever works for you. And if you already have that website, then that's a great place to put it.
Now, here's a little tip for you. When I first started out, I have an area on my website where I showcase the web design work that I do. And when I first started out, I was putting links everywhere. In fact, I still do. I need to upgrade it. But what I've started doing, because the downside, I'm going to go back a bit. I'm rambling. The downside when you're sharing your website creations is that as soon as you hand over that website to your client, and it looks amazing and it's perfect, and you've agonized for hours over every single little image and every single word that you've put on there, and it's perfect. You hand it over to your client. Your client then owns their website. They've paid for it. They own it. They can then do whatever the heck they want with their website. So the downside to giving people links to those websites is at any point that client could change what you've done, what you've created. Your amazing design within minutes can look crap if they've gone in and started to tweak and have a play around. So my tip around portfolios for web design services is to make sure you do screenshots before you hand over the website to the client, and even record your screen and actually take people through every single page, and you're scrolling through. That way, what you're sharing with other potential clients is the best that website has ever looked.
Mm-hmm. That is such a good tip, and I have never thought about that before. In my business, we provide web design services and we share the links on our webpage. So yeah, absolutely, I'm going to make sure that we update that because it's an amazing tip. All right, the next one is LinkedIn. So on LinkedIn, there is a section on your profile where you can do upload videos or PDFs so that you can showcase your portfolio there. It's in the featured area, I think it's called. So have a look in your portfolio, have a look in your profile and edit that and upload some things that can showcase how great you are at whatever the services you provide. So yeah, absolutely free option for you to have a portfolio online.
I mean, how easy is that? There is no excuses whatsoever. Behance. Now, that's a portfolio website, isn't it? Now, I haven't heard of this. You introduced this to me, Jo.
Yeah, so the creative team members that I have, they have a Behance or Behance, however you say it, profile where it is for creatives to put their portfolio online. It's a social media platform, but it's based around showcasing your portfolio. So yeah, if you're a creative and have, do graphic design, definitely check that out and see if it's right for you.
Awesome.
Next one is creating a simple PDF or a PowerPoint presentation or a slide deck of some kind, something that you can email to potential clients when they ask about your portfolio, or you can upload somewhere in LinkedIn, etc. So yeah, creating a PDF that showcases like, this is the thing that I have done. Make sure that you graphically design that to make it look like a beautiful PDF as well. And yeah, showcase all of the work that you have done in there.
Yeah. And you can do that anywhere, whatever kind of platform that you use. That's where you can create it, whether it's Canva, whether it's PowerPoint, InDesign, wherever you like to be best, just create it in there.
Yep. The other option is to have a Google Doc that you can have a link to. So I've seen this before as well. And you could have some words in there around like what you've done, what part you've played in something. You might have done the copywriting for a website. So, talking about that in there and putting some of the copy that you've written in there, or like blog posts that you've written, and doing that in a Google Doc.
Yeah, absolutely. Next on our list is, we touched briefly on LinkedIn in particular, but sharing examples on your work across all of your social media channels. You should be doing that as part of your social media scheduling, shouldn't you?
Absolutely. So Instagram, Facebook, really great places, even Pinterest, to showcase the work that you've done. And yeah, present your portfolio across posts that you have. So when people see you, they go to your social media accounts, they have a look at what they look like, they can see your work and your portfolio right there in your posts.
Yep.
All right.
Last one. If you're really wanting to take it to the next level, and we're talking, this is the ultimate way in showcasing your work to potential clients, isn't it, Jo?
It really is. And there's a great tool called Loom, and Loom records your screen and your face if you want it to as well, your voice. So you could actually create a video that has you presenting. Down in the bottom left-hand corner, your face will come up, and you can have a mic, so you can actually talk people through your portfolio. So let's say, for those who create courses for people, and you do the end-to-end process for them, you could actually log into your whatever tool you use. Let's say Kajabi. You could actually log into Kajabi and showcase exactly what you've done. Like, so I created these pages here, and then actually scroll through and click through and show not only that you really know how to use Kajabi, because you're clicking through and they can see how fast you can click through, but also the parts that you've played in. Maybe you've done some graphics in there. Maybe you've designed the full sales page or landing page. Maybe you've designed the checkout page, or the graphics, or the thumbnails, or you might have written some content in there, or written the sales page. So actually step people through that, maybe in the back end, and then show them what it looks like in the front end as well. So actually go onto that website of that Kajabi site and take people through that. If you've done a website, Sam, you mentioned this before, record using Loom and scroll through and show people the page. Then you've got this amazing video that you can then embed on your website, or you can send a link to someone on an email when they ask to see your portfolio. And it's not just a static portfolio, but you're actually talking them through what you've done, your thought process, how you create the content, and you're doing a sales pitch showcasing your skills right there on the video, which is honestly, it will absolutely blow away that lead, and you will get that client hands down.
Oh, yeah, I agree. And just listening to you chat just then, Jo, another idea has just popped into my brain, and I don't know if anyone does this, but I think they probably should be, or I think if they did, if they were strategic about it, I think it would have a huge wow factor. If you're a VA that offers social media management, before you even start the work on the social media page, if the client has come to you with a page that they want you to fix basically and overhaul, do a before video, and then do an after video explaining what you've done and why you did it, and then even talk about the results that you got from doing that. You can do the same with websites. Not all website jobs we get are brand spanking new ones. A lot of the clients come to us with websites that they currently have, and they're old and they're crappy, and they want us to make them work and make them convert. Once again, do a before and after so people can see exactly what it is that you've done.
That's a fabulous idea. That any of those or all of those will absolutely have you creating a standout portfolio. Thanks to everyone for listening to this episode of the Sam and Jo VA Show. If you'd like to find out more, head to the Savvy School website to check out the amazing members club and find more free resources.
You can find us at savvyschool.co.nz.